Hey y'all, Eric Brown, MOBO-Media, Eric Brown. Hey, I just felt it on my heart, man, to try to, say something to the youth out there, man, the young men and young women out there, for the most part, man. And first and foremost, I say that, uh, I like what's going on with the young folks right now, but the way they're thinking outside the box, you know what I'm saying? Very smart, very intelligent. Uh, so I'm hopeful for the future. But for us as black people, sometimes I look and ask myself, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? There's a lot of people that try to call us lost race, and I do believe we are a lost race. I mean, we are. We don't know who we are. I just found out who I was a couple of years ago, but then I think when I found out through a DNA test, ancestry DNA or something like that, man, I came back and I was like 50% Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, Cameroon, just some everything else. And so I was like 97% black, 3% white, real talk. Um, yeah, and so I, I guess my thing is we are a lost race, but I think there is a way to be found. And I think it's gonna involve us, taking care of us, real talk. And, for the young people out there, like I said, there are those out there that are very smart, man, thinking outside the box. But then you have a group of young folks out there that are they're doing things, man, that are very questionable, man. They're killing each other and committing these crimes, man. And it's obvious they're not thinking it through. They're not thinking at all, a lot of times. And for my young brothers and my young sisters, just know that I'm not here to knock y'all, but just to let y'all know there's a way. There's always a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Come from the mud. You ask your mom and your dad is about Butler housing projects or the Glass Key or South Side or you know what I'm saying. Ask your mom and your dad about J.W. Cream, Billy Ray Maddox. Ask your mom and dad about Boot Nose. Ask your mom and dad about Raymond Hatcher. You know what I'm saying. Um, ask your mom and dad about Slick Roberts. Ask them about it. These are all people I'm connected to. I know all these people. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying personally. Some I'm related to. I don't need to get into all that. But I would tell you, I came from the mud, and so I came from the same exact streets y'all are running on right now. Those same streets, every last one of them. Everything from the east side to south side to north side to west side, run the same streets. The only thing different is the climate, the atmosphere. That's the only thing different. Same concrete. A lot of blood spilled on those concretes, man. And nowadays, a lot of blood continues to be spilled on those concretes. There's another way. There's another. We don't have to kill each other. We got to get back to feeling, man. You got to get back to feeling. There's no doubt in my mind. A lot of the young guys out here doing the shooting and everything. A lot of them scared, man. I look at some of these videos on YouTube and watch these kids shoot, man. They're shooting wild and not even looking like they're scared of the sound. You know what I'm saying? Being 23 years military, man, it's just like that's a dangerous thing, man, to have a weapon in the hand of somebody that's scary like that. And that's what's going on out there because, me and my brother-in-law, we talk all the time about, back in the day, we used to come from the shoulders, you know what I'm saying? But now they're coming from the hips and from the waistband. It's a different game, man. Um, but I'm not going to just put it on the young folks. I'm not going to just put it on the young folks. No different than when crack hit the streets of Fort Worth. It came out of nowhere, or so they say. It came out of somewhere, all right. It didn't come from us. That stuff was put in the streets. And I know in my heart, trust me, I know that guns are also pushed into the streets, just like dope. And the craving for it is just as high as dope. And they make you crave it because they make you fear things. After 2020, everybody started fearing everything, man. And there was a rush to get guns, and Texas at the same time loosened its gun laws. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to have a license in Texas to carry a gun. They just put it on you. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, man. But it is what it is. The voters voted for it. You know, um, that's another subject. Our responsibility is to elect the right people in the office. But for the young folks, man, and ladies, there's always a way. There's always a way. I know it's tough out here. I know y'all confused. I know there's a lot of older folks who just all they want to just point the fingers at you and say you're wrong, 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 wrong. I'm not gonna do that because y'all a different generation. That's y'all generation. How can I knock y'all generation? Because the generation in front of me knocked me. They knocked my generation. So they thought we was crazy for what we were doing. So, it's just a domino effect, man. So we can't. I think we got to get out of that and just as adults. I'm talking to the adults now. We got to get out of that and start, really getting a better understanding of what the young folks are exposed to every day, um, particularly with social media and all this a lot of information coming at them at one time, and the majority of it is not positive. It's not positive. In fact, that's one of the reasons, again, for MOBO-Media to have a platform where we could talk about positive things, to uplift, not to step down on. There's enough negativity out there. And I will say again, for those folks who want to come on with trash and just crazy comments, man, it will not be tolerated here. Take that somewhere else. Other platforms would love to have you over there. I'm here to try to uplift, man. And I think starting with the young folks is a damn good place to start. I've always been involved with the youth. Maybe not as open as some other advocates out there because I did have uh, military obligations around the world. But even around the world, I was volunteering with youth in Japan. I was volunteering with youth in Okinawa. You know, um, I always try to stay connected to the youth. In Abilene, I was on a board where CPS would get funds to help feed low income families and things like that. And so we would decide where those funds would go and which families would get those funds. So I sat on that board probably for like 2 years or so. So I also work with youth um, with the state's food nutrition program, which is actually run by the federal government. The state just kind of pushes it at their level. It's free money, to actually get into the schools to feed kids free fresh fruits and vegetables, and also to teach kids about portion sizes and what to eat and what not to eat. Those types of things. But I've always been an advocate for the youth. I've always been an advocate for the youth, and so um, I know that some of the things that I may talk about on here for some of y'all, man, it's over your head. You know what I'm saying? But I ask you to hang it up with me because I'm willing to go down to your level and talk at your level. I'm not talking about talk at your level as in I'm better than you. What I'm saying is talk at your level as stop talking like some old man and really talk like I'm really listening. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Talk like I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? Repeating what you're saying back to you. You know what I'm saying? Reflective listening is what they call it in the psych world. But man, I'm here to support the youth. I'm here to do whatever I can to try to, get y'all on the right path, man, and give you options out there. It doesn't help that a lot of resources have been taken out of the community. You know, we can get into the whole defund the police debate all day long, but I totally get what they were trying to say. Just the messaging was wrong. You know, they were just saying let's try to reallocate it, but that's all based on crime statistics and things like that. Policemen budgets and things like that. And so um, you got to also keep in mind that low crime means somebody's out of a job. Because if you got low crime, you got less of a police force. So y'all do the math. But for our young folks out there, man, y'all, man, come on now, think through some of your decisions, man. Like I said, I came from where y'all came from, man. Um, I came from where y'all came from all the way to being 3 to 4 car lengths behind the most powerful person in the world, United States President Bill Clinton. And if I can do that, man, y'all can do anything. Real talk, man. And that's not even bragging, but I'm just trying to let y'all know, the journey. How I'm riding down Miller, doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I'm riding behind United States President. with delegates on my ride, on my van. You know what I'm saying? U.S. delegates. You know, high level officials. You know, so um, yeah, if I could do it, man, y'all can do it. Um, I'm here to support. I ain't here to knock. You know, so you know, I'm going to be uploading content that I think y'all will like, that will be relevant to the things that y'all like. You know, so there are a lot of young folks that have signed on to help me with the platform. Um, so we look forward to providing some good content for the young folks out there, resources. You know, if y'all want to, you know, take up trade or go to school, anything like that, man, we willing to, you know, put those resources out there. And I think it's only fair that if we ask you to do right, we need to give you something to do right with. And so just know that I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. And this is Eric Brown, MOBO-Media. Until next time, y'all take care. And hey, young folks, hey, I got y'all's back. But y'all got to have each other's back, man, and have a conscience, man. And just think twice before you do things out there, okay? Y'all take care. Bye-bye.